Hi friends, welcome back to another episode. I am so excited that you guys clicked on today's video. So today we are going to be talking about why your self-worth, your self-love, and confidence matters. Finally understanding this and incorporating it into my everyday life has completely transformed who I am today. So there's a verse in Proverbs, it's chapter 4, verse 23, that says, above all else, guard your heart because everything flows from it. And I didn't realize how true this was until I started healing, because I started to realize that your inner world, which is like the inside of your being, your soul, your heart posture, who you are as a person, reflects your outer world. So if you feel unworthy, if you're negative all the time, if you are just around people that belittle you and you're just around just succubus leeching type of people, that you will start feeling like that on the inside, and then the inside of you will reflect the outside. And so then your outside of your life is chaos, destruction, nastiness, negativity. So let's jump into the video and learn why self-worth, self-love, and confidence matter. So when I think about self-worth, it's knowing that your value doesn't come from looks or achievements or even people. It's that it comes from God. And it's so important to know your worth, because knowing your worth sets the standard for every single thing in your life. The people that you allow in, the way that you're treated, and the life that you build for yourself. Then there's self-love, which is loving yourself enough to put yourself first, to protecting your peace, and to care for your heart the way that God calls you to. Because honestly, I didn't find true self-love until I started my relationship with God. Because once I started seeing myself the way that He sees me, I finally understood what real love was and what it felt like. And last but not least, confidence. That comes from having self-worth, loving yourself, and fully trusting in God and the plan that He has for your life. Because when you're rooted in that type of confidence, you move differently. Proverbs 13:20 says, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. This verse really opened my eyes because it made me realize that you are the company that you keep. So when I didn't see my own value, I surrounded myself with people who didn't see it either. And then I kept attracting what I believed about myself. And honestly, I used to seek validation from anyone and anything, from men, from social media, literally from the world, just to be reminded in some way of how beautiful I was outwardly. But those people weren't actually seeing my beauty. They were only seeing what they could get or receive from me. And then I realized that we are more than that. We are not objects for the world to use or to define. And I used to always end up changing who I was to make people like me more, because I thought just being me wasn't enough. Being weird and goofy and silly and different and odd was wrong, that I felt like I needed to blend in and to fit in, when I was born to literally stand out. That is the way that God made me. God made me to stand out and to be different from the rest. But now I'm learning to love the real me, the one that God created. And I'm still discovering parts of her that I never knew existed. So your inner beauty, your peace, your light, your heart, that is what really matters. Because when you're glowing on the inside, the outer part of you shines so bright. No filler, no filter can give you that. It can't give you that kind of glow that you're looking for. Only God can do that. And you truly deciding to heal the inner part of you, so that way it reflects on the outer part of you. That is what draws people to you. The light in you is what draws people to you and brings them closer to God. And now I am in my season of healing. I'm detaching from outcomes. I'm seeing people and things for who they are and not what I want them to be. And I had to really, truly grieve the old versions of myself, because those versions of her, of me, didn't know my worth. They didn't know the parts of me that I am now. And having to actually let go of that old version of yourself and that old version of your life and what you thought it was going to be, it was really scary. But I am so glad that I did it. Those tears the pain, it was all worth it to lead me to where I am now and where I'm going to continue to be moving forward. Through this entire process, God has helped me to realize that I am made in His image. I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made. And there is nobody on this planet that is like me or like you. And that is something to take pride in. That is something to be so excited and happy about, that there is no one on this planet that is like you. Like, I don't need the filters to feel pretty or to compare myself to anyone because of the healing that I have been doing, of realizing that social media is just smoke and mirrors, that things really aren't what they seem. And that if you look at the fruits of people and you have that discernment, you will know what's real and what's true and what isn't. And the more that I rooted my identity in Jesus, the more I started to love myself, flaws and all, because my imperfections are what make me, me. Because when you have your self-worth, your self-love and confidence, no one and absolutely nothing can make you feel any differently about yourself. The things that used to affect you, they don't anymore. The need to be like everyone else, it just fades away. You start to walk in peace and you finally come to terms with your own identity. So if you're watching this and you are struggling with your own worth, remember, you are not broken, you're being rebuilt. So guard your heart, love yourself through God's eyes, and watch how everything in your life starts to shift. Proverbs 31:25 says, "She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at the days to come." I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun filming it. I hope that you learned something and that this helped you in any way. If it did, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. So with love, Kayla.